Kia ora, Tefano. Welcome back to Two Tipsy Plants podcast, where we talk plants and drink booze. My name is Sasha.
And my name is Sasha.
And Merry Christmas. This episode comes out right before Christmas. So, yes, Merry Christmas. And guess what
Say
today's...
Merry Christmas one more time.
Merry Christmas! And guess what we are talking about today? Today we will be talking about plants.
About Halloween.
Hey, we've done that before, okay?
Yep.
And today we will be talking about Christmas plants and plants that are associated with Christmas. But as always, before we start, Sasha, what is the poison of choice today?
Well, you can drink poison if you want to. We'll be drinking wine. Today we are going to be drinking Gamay Noir.
Gamay Noir.
Gamay Noir.
I like the way it sounds.
By Tomato Estate.
Tomato Estate.
Tomato Estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a little
Bit of a spill?
A bit of a spill.
As long as it's not a wine spill, that's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Cool.
Gamays usually are grown in Beaujolais region. They originate in Beaujolais region.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm assuming that's France.
That's France,
yeah.
Yes. In a kingdom of snobs, far, far away. Beaujolais, France, it produces 75% of the world's Gamay wines. Gamay, also known as Gamay Noir, is a light-bodied red that is similar in taste to Pinot Noir. In fact, this variety is a cousin of Pinot Noir, and it grows primarily next to Burgundy region, which is the motherland to Pinot Noir and the main producer of Pinot Noir as well.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sorry, there is a bit of background noise. We have windows open today just because it's really warm in here. So, excuse for the background noise.
Yeah. And Beaujolais is essentially a neighboring region of Burgundy.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if you have seen one of our episodes, we've been discussing about the differences in labeling of the European wines, like Old World and New World.
Okay. I see, you can't remember some plants that we've discussed, and I can't remember the wines that we've discussed in previous episodes.
Priorities. So in Old World wines, they don't specify the grape on a bottle. They will tell you the region that it grows to, the region that the grape grows in. So, for example, if it says on a bottle Beaujolais, it means it's going to be Gamay most probably. Or if it's Burgundy, it's probably going to be Pinot Noir. Gamay wines are loved for its delicate floral aromas, subtle earthy notes, and surprising ability to pair with any food, especially fish. Like, try to find something for people who don't really like white wine to go with their fish.
To be very honest with you, like, if you prefer your fish with red wine, go for it.
Nothing wrong with you, but everybody's going to be like, hey, why is she drinking red wine with fish?
Don't listen to everyone.
Do whatever you want, guys. You only live once.
Yep. Exactly.
So this wine is perfectly served. The perfect temperature to serve this wine is 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. The glass type for this wine is, I call it like an aroma collector. It's like an aquarium bowl with a narrow top. Yeah.
If you're watching this, finally we have a matching glass for the wine.
Yeah. And that glass is typically known as a Burgundy glass. It's perfect for your Pinot Noirs, for your Gamays again. And if you really only have the Burgundy glass and the Bordeaux glass, you can use your Burgundy glass for your Chardonnays.
Yum.
And this kind of wine you also can age from 3 to 5 years. It is perfect to be decanted. It probably needs to be decanted, but
who's got time for that?
Who's got 30 minutes to decant?
To be very honest with you guys, we actually went to... we did a bit of a wine tour earlier today because my mum, who's in the audience today...
Yeah, she's having the front row.
Yep. And my grandma are in New Zealand, so hence we did not release an episode last week. But yeah, we went to Waipara Valley, which is the wineries, all the wineries that are very close to Christchurch.
Like around 40 minutes drive from Christchurch, typical Canterbury wineries.
Yeah, so Sasha had already had quite a few wines. I did
Sasha's.
Well, I did a bit because I was driving, but yeah. So hence I'm saying, who's got time to decant a bottle
Yeah,
of
she needs
wine?
to catch up. Yeah, typical notes that we're going to be looking in this wine. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna open the wine first, and then I'm gonna be reading about the notes that we
While
need.
I'm smelling it.
While you're smelling
Yes,
it, yes.
please.
You're like, just stop talking and open the bloody wine.
Sounds like a plan. I can see how the sound picked when you actually cracked open that bottle. Yeah, pour that wine into that fishbowl glass. That is apparently perfect for it. Can you reach?
I can.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I like the color. It is a nice color. Did you pour some for mine, Mum? Not yet?
Finish it. I'll put you some water in, and then you... Okay, she's dying.
Ooh!
Ooh! So,
Barbaris.
it's same in English, barberries.
Yeah. Like the actual candy.
I don't see it. But maybe your nose is better.
Damn.
Oh yeah, slightly.
It just smells like actually barbariska.
So yeah, residual sugar in this wine is very low. Unfortunately, it doesn't specify on the website. Alcohol percentage is 12. And the typical tasting notes should be wild strawberries, licorice, watermelon, sherbet characters, and
Well, the wild
candied
berries.
apples.
Maybe it's the candy apples or the wild berries that actually remind me of berries.
Well, berries is a wild berry. She understood the assignment.
It's a little bit spritzy.
Sorry.
Okay, Mom was getting a top up as well.
Now that I actually had a taste of it, it very much tastes like berberries. Burberry.
Ba-ding.
Yeah, over the last 40 years, Te Mate Estate has established an international recognized array of red wines and white wines, including Coleraine, Awatea, which is a Cabernet Merlot blend, Bullnose Syrah, Alma Pinot Noir, and Elston Chardonnay. If you are wine snob, you probably know all of those vineyards.
To be honest, that Gamay is really nice. Like, I actually really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one is actually from the Te Mate Estate, which was established in 2012. So it's a part of Estate Vineyards, collection of 6 to be precise, and they grow Merlot Cabernet on one of them. Other one is Syrah, and then Pinot Noir, Gamay Noir, Chardonnay, and Sauv Blanc. And Sasha is hinting that we need to move on.
Well, it's already been 8 minutes, but yeah, that's fine. You can keep on adding in between the plants, like we've done that before once. Yes. Okay, so as mentioned before, we will be talking about plants that are associated with Christmas. And no, it's not going to be just the Christmas trees.
Oh, Christmas tree.
How many plants do you think you have?
I have 19.
Holy guacamole.
But also my format is quite, not shallow, but like skim. So
I'd say maybe you start, and then if I have something to add on...
And if you have a match?
And if I have a match, yes, I will add on to it.
Well, I think it's the best... What is the better plant to start with than Christmas tree?
Okay.
So the Christmas tree, typical varieties of that will be Picea, Pinus, and Abies. It grows in various regions, and it also symbolizes life and renewal, rejuvenation. So I guess that's why we are putting it up
at the top. Yeah. Well,
at the top?
The first
no,
thing...
not the star, the tree.
Yeah, no, I mean at the top of the list. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean the tree is always like when you say Christmas, you always think about Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned, yes, it is Pisces, Pinosus, or Araucaria as well. That is used too, but it's a massive, massive, massive conifer. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have anything? Is it a match?
Kind of. So with me particularly, the association that I have is the blue spruce, which I have growing downstairs next to my front door. I actually bought it. When I bought it 5-6 years ago, it was about yay big. Now it's about, so the pot itself is about 500 tall, and the tree itself is about a meter plus.
Yeah. For people who don't see who are not watching the YouTube, yay big was around like 45 centimeters, I think.
No. Well, the whole tree, like if you're standing.
No, was when you just bought it.
Yeah,
and now...
it was like a very small tree, about 45-50 centimeters. Yeah.
It's quite tall now. Actually,
Yes,
grows fast.
It does grow fast, hence it is in a pot, because if I put it in the backyard, it will be a 20 meters tall tree later. So Picea pungens, that's the one that I have, which is also a Colorado spruce or Colorado blue spruce. Obviously, it is the tree of Colorado, and state tree of Colorado. It is from Colorado. You can find it in Arizona, Idaho, New Mexico, and Utah. They can grow up to 23 meters. Hence, it is in a pot.
You probably want to take it with you.
If I can, if it's not too heavy. Once
it
we
is
decide
heavy
to sell
already.
the house, yeah. And the epiphytes pungens means sharply pointed. Surprise! It's a Christmas tree. So that's my association with it.
Cool. Yeah. What is the other plant that probably is best associated with Christmas? Mistletoe?
Yeah, well, probably not in New Zealand, but it definitely is, because the wreaths are made out of mistletoe usually, yeah.
Yeah, and is it the mistletoe that is the superstition about the kissing under?
Yes.
You should be kissing under.
You should be kissing.
You must kiss.
Yeah.
I'm just always confusing mistletoe and holly for some reason.
Because they're similar looking, and also because both of them are associated with Christmas, and both of them are used for Christmas wreaths.
Yeah. So for mistletoe, the mistletoe's Latin name is Viscum album, and other various species of it. Its origin is Europe, Asia, and North America. Don't know which one is actually like the origin, but you can find it in there.
Well, I mean, some plants can be native rather than endemic.
Yeah.
Like you can find the same plant in different areas. Yeah.
And this plant is associated with love and peace.
Well, I guess that's why kissing under the mistletoe. Yeah.
Peaceful kisses. It's typically hung in doorways in tradition, and is traditional for kissing underneath it. So yeah, if you have a date that you are so eager to kiss but haven't had it yet, grab a mistletoe for Christmas.
Yeah. If you want to find more about mistletoes, we have actually discussed it before in a few episodes. One of them was episode 5, I think, the plants in pop culture. And I think it was in one of the poisonous plants. What doesn't kill you makes you eat it episode. Yes. I would like to follow up with another Christmas plant, which is called a Christmas orchid. Have you got it on your list? So apparently there are quite a few orchids that are Christmas orchids. I am assuming they are called that way. Most of them are called that way because they probably flower around Christmas.
Is it the Hatoria that you're talking about?
No, but it could be another Christmas orchid because I actually have 4 of them.
Rhipsylidopsis?
No.
No, okay.
I have 4 of them, but the one that I want to focus on is Dendrobium cunninghamii.
Oh.
Do you know what's so special about it?
I mean, I have Dendrobium in my house, but not that particular one. But what is special about that one?
It is actually...
red and white.
No, but it is endemic to New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it can be found in the rainforest in the north, south, Seward and Chatham Islands. And it flowers in summer and early autumn, so hence it probably flowers around Christmas time. It is also known as Winnica in Mori. There is a bit of a legend about it as well, but it's not really related to Christmas, that legend. However, there are some more Christmas orchids. Some of them are known as, so the botanical names are Cattleya percivalliana.
Cattleyas are great, they smell great.
Another Cattleya as well. And the one that I found quite interesting as well is the Angriacum sesquipedale. Sorry if I'm butchering this.
That was a failed spell.
It was. It is also known as Darwin's orchid, Christmas orchid, Star of Bethlehem orchid. Do you know why it's called that way?
Because it looks like a Star of Bethlehem? I don't know.
Do you know what's Bethlehem?
Yeah, that's where the Christ was born.
Yes, so apparently the story is that when Jesus Christ was born, the orchid opened up and started flowering. So hence it is known as the Star of Bethlehem. Yeah. So didn't even know that there is... I knew that there are some native orchids, but I didn't know that there is a...
Any associated with Christmas?
But also from New Zealand, like endemic to New Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's touch the holly as well.
Don't touch it, it's spiky.
Yeah, it's probably poisonous as well.
It is. Very.
So yeah, the species of... the Latin name for holly is Ilex aquifolium. Commonly found in Western and Southern Europe and northwest of Africa and southwest of Asia. It is symbolizing everlasting life. All right. Commonly used in wreaths. It has red berries and that add color to your wreath.
So holly is also... Most of Ilex species are called holly as well, but they kind of inherited it from that particular holly.
We did mention holly in one of our episodes about the... I don't know about which one was it.
Possibly the poisonous plants again.
It could be a poisonous plant, or it could be the one... Because the way it not propagates, but spreads is interesting, because it's kind of like grows on... It's kind of parasitic, right?
I think you are thinking of mistletoe, yes.
Okay.
And probably the ivy too. Yeah. No. Holly is also... Apparently, there is like a oak, Quercus ilex as well, that... So ilex also means the shape of that leaf, the toothy leaf. So there is a Quercus that actually looks like that too, which is a oak tree. Yeah. Just something to add on. Maybe hit me with another plant, because I've got lesser than you do.
Oh, it's fine. That's why we have the format for today. I tell you like a short version, spill on plants, and if it matches, you add it. Like if it matches, you just be like ding 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 ding.
Light bulb.
Poinsettia.
Yes, let's talk about poinsettia.
Latin name is euphorbia.
Did you freaking know that it's a euphorbia? Because I did not.
The hell? I mean, I did read it once, but I'm still kind of surprised about it. And it's commonly found in Mexico.
Yeah, I was actually reading about euphorbias, and apparently it's a massive, massive, massive family of plants. But I had no idea.
They all look different, though.
Exactly, and I had no idea that poinsettia would be a euphorbia as well.
But also euphorbias are mostly cacti. Look like cacti. And what I associate with euphorbia usually looks like cacti.
Well, not necessarily. There are euphorbias that are like coastal euphorbias. There is a native euphorbia in New Zealand as well, Euphorbia glauca. Yeah. Yeah, but let's get back to poinsettia.
So this one is So poinsettia symbolizes Star of Bethlehem as well. And it's popular as a potted plant and as a festive arrangement. Like if you live in Singapore, you'll find it all over the Christmas... all over your, the shopping centers. It's just like planted everywhere.
Stores, yeah.
And box stores. It's just a really beautiful pop of color. There are two varieties that are commonly found in box stores, which is like green and red leaves and white and green leaves.
Yes.
They're pretty.
So
I always kill it though. Some people can grow it into a tree.
That's what I wanted to say as well. So apparently when it's not sold in the in the pot, it can grow to, I can't remember how many meters because I did read up on it, but it can grow into a little shrub, yes. back to the Star of Bethlehem. What I found is that it's not actually the Star of Bethlehem, but the story goes that... There you go. So it's associated with Christmas, and the association became in 16th century in Mexico. And the legend says that a girl, usually named Pepita or Maria, she was too poor to give... she was too poor to give a gift for a celebration of the Nativity of Jesus, and she was inspired by an angel to collect weeds and just put them like in a row around the church altar. And what happened is the weeds became poinsettias. So they obviously started growing and they became red and green. Yeah, so that's where the story comes from.
I think we have bored our front row guests.
I think the trip to all the vineyards
was a little bit exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah, but apparently every year the United States produces, obviously before Christmas, produces about 70 million poinsettias.
Well, obviously it's really easy to propagate it, but how the hell do you do that?
It's easy to propagate it, but how do you make it survive?
I have no idea. Not in my country, not in my home. All right. The next plant will be Christmas cactus, which is a Schlumbergera species.
Can you say that again?
Schlumbergera.
Schlumbergera. Sounds a little bit German to me.
I think it probably is.
No, it's actually from Brazil.
Oh yeah, it found its origin is rainforest of Brazil. Blooms around Christmas season, and it is decorative. Not all of them.
New Zealand Christmas though. It blooms around Northern Hemisphere Christmas.
So yeah, like not traditional. There is Catholic, not Catholic Christmas, but
Orthodox
Christmas.
Yes.
And there is also Easter cactus, which is Hytora gaetneria.
Which I didn't know that it existed. I did not know that Easter cactus existed. I did find it as well,
Yeah, which is just like a fun addition that there is a cactus that is looking similar to Schlumbergera, but it's apparently a different variety. And it is blooming on Easter time, and also from Brazil. Fun fact, they are epiphytes.
Yes, they are epiphytes, so they wouldn't mind growing in quite well-drained soil. What I found even cooler is it is obviously a type of cacti. It obviously is a succulent sort of plant, but it actually grows in part shade in very moist rainforest. I'm assuming that because it's an epiphyte, it actually...
Well, it kind of lives under the crown.
Yes.
And Brazil forests are quite moist.
Yeah, but that's probably why it doesn't have a lot of water, because it's an epiphyte, so it does not consume a lot of water when it's in the soil, like once you put it in the soil, you know what I mean?
Orchids are also epiphytes, and if you look at their roots, like Phalaenopsis roots and leaf, it's quite meaty. So...
But yeah, so the Christmas cactus obviously can be distributed through seeds. I think it's seeds and the birds distribute it, if I'm not wrong. But it can also be distributed by, like, if you break one... It kind of looks like little...
Links.
Links, yes. So if you break one link and put it in water...
Propagate it, yeah.
Yes, the one that I have, and mine is quite big, is actually propagated from a little tiniest link that someone broke. Like, they accidentally dropped their cactus, they broke a few branches off, and they put it in water and shared it with me. And, yeah. Yes, it is propagated by hummingbirds, yes.
Hummingbirds. That's good. All right. Next plant on the list is going to be ivy, Hedera species. Commonly found in Europe, Western Asia, North Africa, and all over the world because of the box stores.
Well, it was a popular plant because obviously it can grow up any surface, vertical surface, and a lot of people, especially in New Zealand, used it as a
hedging or
well, not a hedging, but like to make your fence green without realizing that it's actually a pest in here.
Without realizing that it's going to destroy your fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it symbolizes intertwining good and evil. Well, mostly evil, I guess.
We have talked about in the myths episode as well, and I think this is where we've discussed that Hydra is actually an evil, because it's named after an evil goddess, I think. Please don't quote me on that. It was so many episodes ago. But please listen to the Plants in Mythology episode to find out more about Ivy.
Yeah, you just need to open like a Spotify over there.
Yeah, to see all the names and numbers, yeah.
All right, the next plant will be rosemary. Which is a Rosmarinus officinalis.
It is also known as Salvia rosmarinus.
It's commonly found in the Mediterranean region, and it's probably mostly reminiscent of Christmas for Mediterranean region people.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's just the fragrance, and it's used a lot in cooking, like in your duck, chicken cooking.
Well, I mean,
whatever you cook, wherever you put your rosemary, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, in Mediterranean regions, it's associated with Christmas because it kind of looks like a...
it's good for wreaths as well.
Yes, and it kind of looks like a Christmas tree. So I know some people actually trim it to look like a Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that, but that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that with my rosemary. The other plant associated with Christmas for the same bloody reason is cranberry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because it's in every jam that's going to be served with your turkey or with your chicken or with your ham.
The stuffing and the sauce is usually made out of with cranberries.
Mm-hmm. So the species name is Vaccinium macrocarpon. Commonly found in Eastern United States and Canada.
Eastern United States.
Yeah, it's still used in decorations as well because of the red berries, which are quite prominent and would look nice on your wreath if you don't have access to holly. Even though I've made my list in a form of table, it's still bloody hard for me to find shit. Yeah, common in holiday recipes, especially sauces and desserts.
Nice.
Yeah, and maybe if you're in Sweden, instead of cranberry, you're going to be using lingonberries.
Is that like a
IKEA?
Okay.
Like that's a typical sauce in IKEA. Like that's what I associate with IKEA is lingonberries.
Is that the sauce that they use in their
that's the berries that they use for their drinks, sauces, everything.
All right. Okay, the next plant that I'd like to talk about is a Christmas roses.
It's literally my next plant.
That's good.
Helleborus.
Helleborus niger, which is also known as Christmas rose or black hellebore, is an evergreen perennial. It is actually in the buttercup family. I did not know that.
But it's also not only black. It can be green, it can be brown, and it can be blue, it can be violet.
So apparently it's known as a black hellebore because of its roots. Like the actual root is black. It's not the flower or the stem.
Flowers can be quite different colors.
Yeah. Obviously, hellebore, as I've mentioned, it is actually from the buttercup family and it's not from the rose family, even though it is known as Christmas rose. It is known as that because it flowers in winter. So it's not really a New Zealand Christmas rose, but a Northern Hemisphere Christmas rose. Sasha's eating some cheese, so we've got some cheese on the table here. Apparently, it is known as a Christmas rose because this is actually where it's related to the old Julian calendar, which, like, let's say Russians and Greeks are still following. So the Christmas used to be on the 6th of January back in the day, before they changed to Georgian calendar. Gregorian calendar, Gregorian calendar. And that's when the Christmas moved to the 24th of December. But apparently the legend says that the roses are... the legend says that a young girl, probably the same Maria from the previous legend,
legend about Christ.
She had no gift to give to the Christ child. So she cried, and then the hellebores appeared out of her tears.
So essentially, the common name for hellebores should be baby tears.
Which is a completely different plant.
Yes.
But also, if you think about it, in all the legends about these plants and Christmas, when Christ was born, everything bloomed. Everything just started flowering. Which would be cool to see, actually. Like,
is Christ a goddess of spring?
We will not get there. Yes. So yeah, hellebores, winter roses. We have talked about them before as well. They are highly poisonous, and we did talk about them in the
What
What doesn't kill you makes you eat it episode.
All right. Continuing with festive recipes and plants associated with it is going to be juniper. Juniper species, commonly found in Northern Hemisphere, used in Christmas decorations as well, because again, red berries, fun.
Do you know where else it's used? In mulled wine.
Yes. Is it too?
Yeah. Yep, you can use juniper
You
berries.
know where else it's used?
Where?
Gin.
Gin, yes.
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 That's my Christmas drink. Yeah, and the fragrance, it adds fragrance to the wreaths and holiday arrangements.
Beautiful. On the note of edibles and everything associated with Christmas and food. Ooh, sorry, I accidentally touched the microphone.
Consensual, I hope.
A mandarin orange, which is a Citrus reticulata, which is just a mandarin, but it's called mandarin orange. So tell me, when you think
of Christmas in Russia, you straight away remember the smell of mandarin.
To be honest, we don't celebrate Christmas on the 24th, and it's not as commercialized Christmas, right? So the one that we celebrate in Russia, we celebrate it on the 6th, but it's very religious.
Yeah. Strangely enough, whatever is celebrated as Christmas overseas from Russia, which is 24th, with Santa and everything, is kinda reflected in celebration of New Year's in Russia, which you have like Grandpa Frost.
Grandpa Frost, who is essentially
looks like Santa Claus.
Santa Claus,
but in a robe.
Yes, he sometimes wears red or sometimes he wears blue.
Yeah, so he has a robe, he has a staff, and he's kind of evil as well. He can
punish naughty kids.
Essentially, it's Jack Frost.
Yeah, just Grandpa Frost.
It's just old Frost. Old Jack Frost.
Yes, because actually he's the one who draws all the little Frost.
My gosh, it makes more sense now.
Yes, I know, right? But he also has a granddaughter, Snegurочка, who's pretty much like a snow princess, call her that way.
Elsa.
Elsa, yes. She helps him with all the present deliveries and stuff. But yes, we celebrate New Year's, and this is the
time you give gifts.
The legend, yeah. But also when we think about New Year's, it's always the mandarins. You smell the mandarins and you get a massive box of it.
And you eat a kg by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you regret it.
Yes, because you start like breaking out and having allergies to it. But apparently, so mandarins became quite a tradition in Canada and United States for Christmas as well, because they were put in the Christmas stockings. The customs goes back to 1880s when Japanese immigrants in Canada and United States began receiving Japanese oranges, mandarin oranges, from their families back home as gifts for the new year. So obviously because mandarins and most of the citrus are actually fruits in winter, Japanese would send it to the United States and Canada as presents for their kids
family members
and families who live overseas, and the Canadians and United States citizens would always be pleased to see ships coming with all these oranges and mandarins because they wanted some for themselves, because obviously they are beautiful and they smell nice, and I think it's something about the cold air that makes citrus smell even nicer. My mouth started watering. But yeah, I found it quite interesting that it's not only like the Russian tradition, mandarins and stuff. It's actually a United States and Canadian tradition as well. But it came from Japan. And obviously China, because if you think about Chinese Lunar New Year, this is when people
have a lot of clementines.
Yes, they gift mandarins and clementines to everyone, along with Kwang Pao, which is always good. A red envelope with money in it.
Completely unrelated to the Christmas topic, but I just found it out for myself. Maybe everybody knows it already. But I just found it fascinating that lemons are not a real fruit that is naturally occurring. It is a crossbreed between the citron and blood orange.
Yep. Speaking of the hybrids in citrus and stuff, mandarin is the father of all the citruses. So Citrus reticulata is the original citrus species, one of the original citrus species. So let's say lemon Meyer is a cross between another lemon type and a mandarin.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, mandarin.
I do wonder what is the lemon made with.
Not sure. But yeah, most of citrus is a cross, and apparently mandarin is one of the original, the OGs.
The OGs.
Yeah.
All right. And continuing on the topic of the edible holidays plants, we're going to be having a winterberry, which is Ilex verticulata.
Which is another type of holly, because it is an ilex.
Known for its bright red berries, and also used in wreaths and festive arrangements. And please don't try to eat any red berries off the wreaths, because we don't want to be confusing any hollies and winterberries. I'm sure they look the same.
I'm sure that winterberry is not, because it's an ilex. Ilex species are poisonous. So I'm sure that even winterberry... It looks beautiful though. I saw pictures of it. I don't think it grows in New Zealand. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think we have winterberry in New Zealand. We have winter sweet, which is a different plant. You cracker.
Racist much?
But yeah, the winter berries are, because they come from, no, sorry, what I was saying is I saw pictures of winter berries because it was just like a plant with, twigs with just berries in winter. And the background was all snow, so it was really popping, the red color. Yeah.
A good alternative to the dogwood.
The fire dogwood, yeah. Well, with fire dogwood, it's the branches that turn red. Yeah.
Next plant will be ginger plant, because it's going to be in your every baking. Again,
mulled wine,
and
ginger slice. Oh, gingerbread.
Yes. So yeah, it's Zingiber officinale, Southeast Asia. It is from Southeast Asia. It's not traditional associated with Christmas, but you will find it in every Christmas cooking.
Yes. But also like smell of crisp ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. It all associates with Christmas. It's all the warm spices, you know, all the spices that are slightly like warm and have a bit of a kick.
I'm just going to cover them all. Clove, star anise, nutmeg. Clove is Syzygium aromaticum, all commonly found in Molucca Island in Indonesia, used as a spice for Christmas cooking, and adds warmth and aromatic flavor to the holiday recipes. And I hate clove.
Do you know what's interesting? In Russian, clove and carnations are named the same, gvozdika.
Yeah.
Because they actually smell similar.
Yeah, I hate cloves. It just tastes like soap to me.
I actually like it. I like it. Well, I like it in mulled wine.
Then there is star anise, which is Ilicum verum from China and Vietnam. Again, mulled wine, anything baking.
Anything that you want to add a bit of like warm spice to it, I guess. Yeah.
And the nutmeg, which is Myristica fragrans, found in the Spice Islands, Moluccas in Indonesia.
Do you know that nutmeg is actually poisonous?
Yeah, especially if you eat a lot of it. But in small quantities, like shavings, it's fine.
You only need a few, though. Like, you only need a bit of nutmeg to actually add a bit of a taste to it.
Oh. Okay, the next one is going to be mentha. Mint species. You know why? Because it's in everything you cook again. It's going to be in your mint chocolates. It's going to be in your
like sauces.
Sugar canes.
Oh, yes, sugar
Christmas
canes, that's right.
whatever.
Yes. I never thought about it. Yeah, but mint, the candy cane.
Yeah. Everything that you want to add the frostiness to.
Everything where you are adding sugar and you want to soften it a little bit with a bit of mint.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's mentha species native to Europe, Asia, and North America, and everywhere because it's a bloody weed, to be honest. Quite aromatic
That's
herb.
why I have it in a pot.
Yes.
And
But
you
you
have it
can't
in your
contain
garden.
it.
You can, if it's in a pot on your deck. In a
It
pot on
only
your
takes-
deck.
It only takes one season, and not looking after it, it will self-seed.
This is how you know we are from New Zealand. It's in a pot on my deck.
On your dick?
On my deck.
Yes. Cocoa tree,
Because of the chocolates.
because of the chocolates.
To be honest, you can associate cocoa tree with
Anything.
all the commercialized holidays. Halloween, Christmas.
But hot chocolate.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Hot chocolate is like typical thing you just like have a hot chocolate, sit next to the fireplace, listen to Christmas carols, and stay nice and cozy.
If only I had a fireplace. But to be honest, our Christmas is in summer. Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
are-
don't think we need a fireplace in summer.
Today we probably would have. It is summer and it was really cold today.
It is native. Cocoa tree is native to deep tropical regions of Central and South America. It is a source of cocoa beans, which is used for chocolate production. We probably should do the episode on chocolates. It's going to be a very long episode. There is so much history with it.
But also there is so much problem with it too.
Well, I have no idea what you're referring to. That's why I'm intrigued.
All the...
Shh, leave it for the episode.
Okay.
And the last one on my list is going to be cinnamon. Because, again, malt wine, everything baking, and just the aroma of cinnamon is kind of festive as well. It is, the Latin name for that is Cinnamus verum, which is a Ceylon cinnamon, and there is a Cinnamus cassia, which is cassia cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon is native to Sri Lanka, and cassia cinnamon is native to China. It is aromatic spice obtained from the bark of cinnamon trees, and obviously the Sri Lanka one is more expensive, and China is a bit more cheap.
Well, all the, the teas from Sri Lanka are a little bit more valued, and yeah, I'm assuming the...
green tea from China is a bit more valued than... I'm sorry, how dare I? I forgot to top up your glass.
I only have a few more plants on my list, but I thought I'll talk about my plants, and then we can talk about Christmas present ideas that are related to plants. So, one of the plants that I
She's
have...
just trying to fish for a present for me, I guess.
I already know what you're giving me because I've requested a plant, and it's... If you listen to...
Episode 17?
I can't remember, but it's called All About Orchids episode. You'll know what I want for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas.
Listen to the episode to find out. This particular plant is mostly associated with Christmas in New Zealand, so there are a couple of them, but one of them is a Christmas lily. Elsewhere, it is known as regal lily. Lilium
I completely
regale.
forgot about it because it's literally in everybody's doorstep right now.
Yes, and it is obviously a even in Wikipedia, right? The title, the first sentence says Lilium regale, called as regal lily, royal lily, king's lily, or in New Zealand, the Christmas lily. The reason it is called the Christmas lily is obvious because it flowers in summer.
On New Zealand Christmas.
And our Christmas is in summer. So hence, yes. It is yet another, it kind of looks like the Asian lily. The only difference is the way the flowers are arranged on the stem. is very highly fragrant, but it is also very, very poisonous to cats and dogs as well, but mostly to cats, because if cats brush their fur on the stamens and then start cleaning themselves, they can get very strong poisoning. Lily poisoning makes
kidney failure.
It creates kidney failure in you if you eat lilies, so please don't. But also obviously in your pets. My cat
only takes like tiny amount.
Yep, one of my cats actually had a kidney failure, which we managed to cure. And one of the suggestions was that she probably rubbed against Lily somewhere and then started cleaning her when she was a kitten. Cleaning herself when she was a kitten. Yeah. So that's one of the plants, Christmas lilies, which are very popular in New Zealand. I'll talk about another plant that I now associate with, not yet, one plant that I now associate with Christmas, and I've actually sent you pictures of it today. It is Hoya lanceolata, also
Hoya
known
bella.
as Hoya bella. Do you know why I associate
Which
it
I
with
think
Christmas?
should be called Hoya mini bell, because there is Hoya bella and Hoya mini bell, and Hoya bella has small leaves and Hoya mini bell has big leaves. Please make it sense. Help me make it make sense.
We should make an episode all about Hoyas, because we've done all about Monsteras.
I think it was on our list, but we kind of forgot.
Well, we are running out of time this year, but there's always next year. There's always season 2. We'll talk about it a bit later, but back to the Hoya. So the reason why I associate it with Christmas now is because my Hoya, Bella, just started flowering. And it looks amazing. It smells amazing. It is beautiful. It is very petite. It's a white flower that has like a nice, almost jelly-looking purple little flower inside of it.
Check our Instagram. Sasha will post it.
I've posted some stories today, but I will post.
They will disappear.
I will post some posts as well. Well, you will post some posts because you are the Instagram whiz. So it is native to Himalayas, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and South Central China and Vietnam. Apparently, it has actually received a Royal Horticultural Society's Award of Garden Merit.
You know what I've found out? In order to say Latin names and make it easier for yourself, just do the strong Russian accent. Horticulture.
Yeah, the trouble is
that didn't work.
That's not a Latin name. It's a horticultural. It's
Horticulture.
I know that doesn't
Wine.
work. Yep.
Horticultural.
But yeah, so the reason why I thought it would be a good Christmas plant as well is, you know how we've spoken about mistletoe, right? And when mistletoe obviously grows above your head and you kiss under the mistletoe. Hoya, most of the Hoyas are climbers. Mm-hmm. Some of Hoyas, like the fishtails and Hoya bella,
kind of bushy.
they are more of like a droopy plant, right? So if you plant it, like I have...
Same to your Christmas cactus. Like it looks similar structure to Christmas cactus.
They look the best if you have them in a little pot, in a hanging basket. So both of my fishtails and Bella are in little hanging baskets and they look amazing. And the thing is, when they're hanging above your head, when they flower, you can actually admire the flowers fully because the flowers are open. And if you look up, you can see the flower.
Admire the flowers fully. It looks nice, it's above your head, and it droops on you, the nectar.
Yeah, it does. But also, when the flowers dry out, they drop on you as well.
Also, Hoya flowers do look like candy.
They do.
They look like gummies.
Especially Hoya bella. Look at that. Mm-hmm. You want to eat it, right?
The central parts, yes.
Please don't eat it.
You
can try the nectar, but the flowers are not edible.
Yeah, the nectar is quite sweet.
Yes. And the last plant is a Bahutakawa. So, for those who don't know, and I've mentioned it before as well, in New Zealand, our Christmas is in summer because we live upside down. We are in the upside down. Yes, hello, Stranger Things.
Down under.
Down under. Sorry, not upside down. That's, yeah.
We live upside down. That's Australians.
It is known as Metrosideros excelsa, commonly known as Bahutakawa, or a Christmas tree in New Zealand.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
So, the reason it is known as Christmas tree is because it flowers around New Zealand Christmas, which is the same date but just in summer, and it has beautiful red flowers. So hence it is known as a Christmas tree.
And what my mom figured out, if you look from the top of the flower, it looks like a cross.
Yes, well, I guess you see what you want to see.
Yes.
So Pohutakawa is... The name Mitrasideros derives from ancient Greek mitra, or hardwood, and sideron, or known as iron. So it's a hardwood iron, because apparently it has been used for like tools and buildings back in the day.
Or maybe like wood hard as iron.
Maybe, yeah. And excelsus is the highest or sublime. And obviously nothing beats the flowers of Pohutakawa.
Vijoa. Kind of looks the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
To me.
Apparently there are a few notable Pohutakawas in New Zealand. There is a giant Pohutakawa in Te Araroa on the east coast, and it is reputed to be the largest in the country, with a height of 20 meters and spread of 38 meters. It's
Impressive.
a massive umbrella.
I mean, I've only seen Pohutakawas that are like 2.5 meters tall. It's like kind of like a tall shrub.
Yeah. And there is another one which is estimated to be of an age of 180 years. It is known as Teha, and it is fully established at an Auckland city park. Teha is the largest urban specimen in the country. So if you see a Christmas postcard from New Zealand, it will always have a Pohutakawa flower, probably jindals, which are also known as flip-flops everywhere else.
I'm sorry, what genitals?
Jindals.
Ah, genitals.
Yes, genitals. A postcard with
Pohutakawa and
genitals.
genitals.
It's like, you know,
just a pee-pee.
it's like, you know, when Adam and Eve, they had leaves covering their
And
their
the
Pohutakawa.
New Zealand postcards, you have genitals covering Pohutakawa.
Exactly. Yes, and you will always see like a one of those hippie Volkswagen vans and surfboards and stuff. A typical summer, but Christmas summer.
And what is the typical pollinator of Pohutakawa?
I cannot remember. I would assume it's like insects.
I think it's a tui.
Tui as well. Yes, they do eat tui and other birds. They do eat. So because Fijoa flowers, which are not native to New Zealand,
But they
look like
kind of
Pohutakawa
similar.
flowers. Tui and other birds do pollinate those as well. So yes, how about we've got another 5-ish minutes? How about
We actually have 5 minutes spare. Wow, that never happens.
it's 53 minutes at this stage? So yes, how about we talk some?
Crap.
I would say I would call it ideas for presents for
Sure.
Christmas.
What about wine bottle?
I mean, it is if whoever you're gifting it to appreciates wine. Yes.
I very much dislike the idea of giving alcohol as the present, but if you can style it nicely, like if you have a nice box, like put some greenery into it, put a nice card written, not just a bought card from the warehouse, but just like box store, but just like something written, nicely styled, maybe like a bit of a spill on a wine, maybe what it pairs with, maybe
See, I would
just
skip.
to make it exciting.
I would skip the box and all the filling and the card because I hate those things. I do like boxes though, but
But
I
you're
don't
straight.
like unnecessary wrapping. But that's my thing anyway. Sustainability, all that shit. But a good wine with a story behind it, yes. So if you can gift a wine and then talk to the person about the wine or tell them your personal story with that particular wine, that will make it more valuable than just gifting a bottle of wine. You know what I mean?
Or for example, you can get like 3 bottles of not cheap wine, but like good value wine, but not expensive, and arrange it in a nice tasting manner.
Yes.
And just print some kind of like tasting sheet for all of them.
Or match it with some food. Yes.
Or just invite your friends over for dinner and present them with a nice bottle of wine.
Yes.
Well, that's my idea.
I thought we can gift give a couple of plant suggestions. So obviously I guess the first choice would always be to ask the person what they would like for Christmas. I know that not a lot of people like doing this, but if you ask, even for the idea, at least you'll know that that person will A, appreciate the present, but also B, will use it. I thought that maybe we can talk about plants that could be gifted.
Mm-hmm.
So easy care plants, such as...
ZZ.
Oh, yes, ZZ plant. Yes, I can't remember.
Zemiaculcas.
Yes.
Zanzibar.
Yes, so it's... I would add to that list, I would add snake plant.
Sansevieria.
Yes.
Which is now Dracaena.
Yes, because those plants can survive in shady corners. They don't require a lot of water.
Well, the typical description for this plant is, I thrive in neglect.
Yes. I actually thought that plants that flower around Christmas would be good. Orchids, but then you need to educate people that...
Yeah, if you give orchid as a present, and if you are confident in growing orchids, provide it with like a little manual.
A little manual, which would be just, the watering instructions. Like you take your orchid out of the cover pot, you water it, you let it drain fully first before putting it back. So orchids can't stay in water. They can't stand standing water. Fertilizing, perhaps.
Yeah.
You can gift an orchid or whatever plant with a bit of a fertilizer to go with it so that orchid lasts longer.
Yeah. Or if the person has aquarium, they can just use aquarium water to water the plant.
Yeah.
Just like I do. The other fun idea for how to grow orchids and how to present your orchids is to grow it on a piece of driftwood. It's like combining driftwood and kokodami idea and putting the wick,
like
a wick down the driftwood. So you water the bottom of the driftwood, which is in a fishbowl kind of setup.
Yeah.
And it just gets watered to the orchid, and orchid just gets as much water as it needs.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. Or alternatively, you can mount it on a driftwood and make it like as a picture, as in like you put a little picture hook on the back so that people can put it on the wall.
But if you are doing that, make sure that your driftwood is desalinated.
Yes,
because driftwood,
yes, absolutely.
It's an ocean. It was harvested from ocean, so it's full of salt. Your orchid will die very quick death.
Yes, so you need to make sure that you wash it really thoroughly before putting any houseplants on it. Yes. Perhaps
now talking about that, I guess that's why my plants did not survive when I did that. It was like 3 years ago. I was young and dumb.
It's okay. Yes, and maybe flowering plants that flower around Christmas. Obviously, poinsettia is one of the plants. I would do research on how to actually make it grow throughout the whole year and not just flower, during...
And hey guys, if you want us to give you a recommendation on the wine that you want to give to your friends or the plant that you want to give to your friends, reach out on our Instagram and I'll just post it as a story response. It will be fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's make it interactive.
Yes. How about we do that when we post this episode, and we'll do that. Yes. Other suggestions would be Hoya Bella, because it flowers around Christmas.
Or any Hoya, because I need to take a picture of your Hoya, because it looks like Christmas wreath. And it's already decorated. You probably never take the bubbles or bubbles off it.
What happened with those ones is I put the little balls,
they grew into
Christmas
it.
balls, and then obviously Hoya, but that's a carnosa, because it grows so fast. It just kind of wrapped itself around that ball, and I was like, it can stay there. Yeah.
So in your house, it's always Christmas.
Yeah, but also, I guess my last suggestion would be, obviously this is only for plant lovers, but if your friend loves plants, like let's say I do or Sasha does, finding a rare plant that they would be interested in would be good. Even if it's a cutting, I'm sure that the person would appreciate that. Yeah, don't spend like a kidney, an arm and a leg and a kidney to pay for the plant. Especially if that person is new to plants, because it's not going to survive. Killing a plant that is like $100+ would be just painful. And everybody's going to be feeling bad about it. The person who gave the present and the person who killed it. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, so what I wanted to say is, this is currently episode 19. Sasha, we kept doing this for almost a year now. So congratulations. I think we've done great. We have...
She got excited.
We have gained quite a few followers, so thank you for following us.
Thank you for being active on our Instagram page as well. And for all your comments and all your responses.
Yes. And today's episode, which is not quite episode 20, but it is almost 20 episodes, episode 19, would be the last episode in season 1. We will continue doing this. We would like to take a bit of a break, as everybody does during Christmas times. We will be back in mid to late January.
Okay.
I think we should take a bit of a... I would say late January, early February then, yes.
Yeah.
So...
Just because it's going to be my birthday and I'm birthday month.
Yeah. What we would like to do is... we will still stick to the same format, but we will change it a little bit for season 2.
And if you want to see anything else added to the format, please let us know.
Yes, we will ask you some questions on Instagram, so please feel free to give your suggestions and your feedback. And yes, what I would like to say is Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you next year. But before we go, Sasha, would you like to do the honors?
Home for Christmas.
Would you like to do the honors?
Thank you for listening to the podcast, to our podcast,
And
also known as Two Tipsy Plants. Thank you for listening to our shenanigans and joining us for a glass of wine. Hopefully, you grabbed more than one though.
Or a bottle.
Or a bottle.
It's actually a lovely wine.
It was quite lovely. Please follow us on Instagram and on all of our platforms like Spotify and
We are currently on quite a few
Google, Apple,
podcasting, Google, Apple, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, and a few others that kind of talk to it. But
and we also have a YouTube channel. Sasha is trying to develop. Sasha is posting videos from our podcasts
onto YouTube, but also Spotify supports video.
I didn't know that.
Yes, if you open Spotify, you will be able to watch our podcast as well. I'm not sure about other podcasting platforms. I will find out though. But yes, if you would like to see us, we do have videos now, which is literally us sitting there drinking our wine. You can kind of keep track of how many glasses we have.
Yeah, us drinking our wine and keeping it green.
And keeping it tipsy.
And this is a wrap for this season.
Yes, and Sasha's out. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.